Good afternoon. Greetings from Barbados.
Yes. You guys like my hat? It's beautiful. It's actually a lamp.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty. So today we want to talk about marriage
Yes.
because we are married.
And not only we're married, but
No.
we are celebrating our anniversary.
Today, kind of. Well,
Yesterday and tomorrow.
Between yesterday and tomorrow,
Today.
is today, and we are married since 18 years because
That's right.
we got married legally on the 13th and churchy on the on the 15th. So today is a day in between.
Yes.
Already there, but not yet. Yes. So here we are, in between, and we are stuck on Barbados. Our flight got cancelled. We're having 5 children, only one wife,
And
one husband, and we are 18 years married.
Yep.
And yeah, we're looking back on 18 years. That's kind of, it's some years, you know.
Just some.
Yeah, it's a bunch of years. So 18 years ago, we decided to make this covenant with each other and with God to be together till the end.
Yep. And I remember we said we go through whatever it takes
Just
because divorce is not an option.
if we would have known what it takes, you know, we probably wouldn't have said that.
Oh, well.
But, you know.
And I don't regret to have said that.
Yeah, I just say like if we would have known, you know, like ignorance is still bliss, you know. Yes.
Okay.
You know. Yeah, so marriage is beautiful and horrible.
Thanks.
Well,
It has its ups and it has its downs.
yeah, well, it is, you know. I mean, some people say it's just pure bliss and just getting better and better.
Well, in some things it is. In some things. I
Yeah,
would
for
say.
you, but not for me, you know.
He's
No.
lying.
Yeah, I think what I want to say, you know, I want to just be realistic, you know, because often there's all
You're
these.
realistic.
Yeah.
You're realistic.
Okay, there's often, you know, on social media and stuff, people are saying, like, yeah, it's so great, and we're married, and it's all so wonderful and awesome, you know, and it just seems to be unattainable, you know, it's unattainable. You have these great, awesome couples, you know, and then like 5 days after they've done this interview, they get divorced, or it comes out that they're not husband and wife, but they're both were men or something, whatever, you know.
You
It's
went
just-
too far. I think
yeah.
there was infidelity. Or
Yeah, whatever, you know. So it's just I want to be honest, you know. Like marriage takes courage and takes work, and
Yeah.
it's
Conviction.
perseverance,
Commitment.
faith, you know. Yeah,
Endurance.
into all of that, you know. It takes all of that.
Patience.
Yes, love.
A lot of soap for the laundry.
Ah, yeah, long suffering.
Yeah.
Long and suffering. Yes, so that is real. Okay, that's real, and yeah, it's great.
But there are also many joys in between too.
Yes, there are
There's
some.
laughter, there's joy,
Yeah.
there's good meals,
Mm.
really good meals.
When I cook, yeah.
Right. Well, sure, when you cook, it's always good. I will not deny that ever.
Well, I'm messing. Okay.
I know, but it's true.
You know, it is. Yeah, it's great, but yeah, it's really. It's kind of what it is an attack on this world system. You know, marriage really is a statement of saying like, hey, there is love, there is faithfulness. You know, there is truth, there is something to hold on to, you know.
Yeah.
There is God, you know. In the end, marriage is a proof that there is God, because it's making a promise of love, you know, that of course we can only keep by God keeping us in that love, because He is love, you know. He is the only one who really truly is love. So, and And love is not a feeling, you know, like that's also, it's important, you know, because you don't always feel like very lovely every day. You know, I mean, there are challenges, and I mean, we had our share in challenges, you know. I mean,
Sure.
we're missionaries, so we have been traveling the last 20 years together, and 18 of them married. And since 15 we have children, so we're having 5 children now, and you know, we had our challenges. We lived in different countries. We always had to rebuild our lives from scratch.
I lost track of the count already.
We always without a lot of money, you know, always like being dependent on God's provision, you know, people giving us furnitures and places to stay, and you know, it's been beautiful. I mean, miraculous,
Yeah.
amazing, but also stressful in between, yeah, because at the same time, okay, there's ministry, so you want to do something, you want to get stuff done, you need to come to know new people everywhere, new languages, you need to deal with the bureaucracy of the place. At the same time, you have your children growing up, you want to give them some sort of stability that you don't have yourself. Yeah, and then at the same time, as you're a missionary, you are supposed to give people hope and faith and listen to their problems, to their journeys, while nobody listens to yours. So it's an interesting...
Oh,
It's true.
I
Isn't it-
listen to yours.
Isn't it true? Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing. Then about marriage, again, you know, you have each other. You know, when you have nobody else, you have each other.
Yeah,
And that's beautiful.
it can
That's
be good
great.
and it can be bad.
It can be, you know. I mean,
Because marriage is also, you have the person that knows you the most and the best, knows your weaknesses, knows your strength, and can call you straight out. You can have you have this desire of somebody listening to your side of the story and the whole pain of the journey. But then you have this person that knows you so well and is gonna straighten you out like this. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I just want to think a little bit about, you know, like Paul says it very clearly that it's a picture, you know, like it's Jesus and his bride. So marriage is an expression of that, of God's desire for a partnership, you know, for loving and being loved. That's God has that desire in himself, because that's what he created us for. For loving somebody and being loved back. That's what God created humans for. And so we are all created for having that with a person. I think most of us are created to have that with a partner, but also first of all with God. You know, that's what we are created for. And so our marriage should be and is a picture of God and God's desire that he has for us, you know. He desires the best for us. And yeah, he will straighten us out also on the way, you know, because he desires the best for us.
Well,
and because
that
he
is
knows
loving.
us. Yeah.
And that is loving.
Yeah. It is, yeah. So it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. You know, like I have had these conversations with God about that, about how he's represented in men and women, and how that combines in marriage so beautifully, and that there's this aspect of man to be the leader, to be the father, to bring direction, to bring solutions, to think one thing at a time. And then there's this aspect of women being the nurturers, the caring, being sensitive, wanting to embrace and build up a home. And God is both things at the same time. So when a man and a woman come together and they're able to work together in unity, I mean, that is such a beautiful representation of who God is. But you have to work out on all the things that are in your heart to be able for that to function. Like what you were saying, the marriage is work, and you need the commitment and the conviction to make that work. And keep in mind that you are representing God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit in the fullness, of the essence of who He is when the two of you decide to blend in together and be one in everything. I mean, it is beautiful, and it takes years. You could meditate upon this forever. I do. I'm astonished when you bring then intimacy also as well, because that is one of the gifts that is given to marriage, and it's just so precious. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, so now we're going to talk about sex.
Okay. Why not?
Really? Oh, okay. So how do we talk about that?
Well, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I never talk about sex with anyone.
It's true. Only with me.
Yeah, no, with my wife I talk about sex, but I always find it weird, when people want to talk about sex.
Yeah, when I asked him to speak about porn with me that time, he was just like so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't know, I mean, porn, okay, was never a thing that I was interested in. I don't know.
Yeah, but anyways, it's such an issue in the world today.
Yeah, anyway, I would not say porn has anything to do with sexuality.
Absolutely not.
So I don't know why you bring that up even.
Because it's related to sex.
It is? Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't say so. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very, very personal thing. I relate everything to God. It's just I'm spiritualizing everything. It's just who I am. Okay, I'm a weird person. So, so there is this desire that God has for us to come close to Him, to know Him. And there is a place of intimacy that is just for Him and us, where it's just God and you, God and me. Of course there's the gathering of people and worship, and that's great, it's beautiful, we come together, worship God. I like that very much. But there is a place where Jesus says where we should go away, and lock the door behind ourselves and be with Him. And the God who is the hidden one, that is unseen, He will meet us there, and He will also, reward us. He will reward us for that. And so there is really this place. There's the outer courts, where everybody makes songs and sounds of praise, and there's this beautiful song, "Take me past the outer courts and through the holy place, past the brazen altar. Lord, I want to see your face. Take me by the crowds of people and the priests who sing their praise. I hunger and thirst for your righteousness, but it's only found in one place. Take me into the Holy of Holies." And for me, that is very much related to sexuality. There is a place that is only for my wife and for me. That's it. It's only for us. Nobody else needs to know about this, needs to see about this. I'm not going to share anything about this because that is reserved. It's the Holy of Holies. That is what we crave for. There is a desire that we have for it, but it's reserved and it's for nobody else. It's not something to put out on newsletters. It's not something to write about or talk about. It's something that is there just for us. And it's a funny thing because in this world we try to post everything, even our conversations we're posting. Just weird itself, okay, but we started doing this because we thought it could be a blessing for others, and other people have said that they are blessed by us processing and stuff. So that's more the desire why we do that, yeah. But there is a place that is there for you and God, that is just for you and Him, and we always hear this evangelist saying, there's a God, there's a place in your heart that is an emptiness, a hole in your heart that is the shape of God, and only God can fill this hole and stuff. And that's true, but there's also a place in God's heart that only you can fill, and that is we often don't think about that, but there is a place in God's heart only you can fill. You know, if you are not entering into this place with God, it will be empty forever, for eternity. It will not be empty, and that's terrible. That's a terrible thought. So these are my spiritual thoughts about sexuality. Now the more carnal thoughts by my wife. Oh.
Well, I think it's beautiful. I think, like I said, I mean, it's another way how, when you think about sex, those who are married, and you're able to enjoy something that God creates, I mean, it speaks so much about a God that desires the best for you. There is so much to be found about God's nature and character in the fact that He made everything perfect and pure and even enjoyable. It's amazing. It's amazing to think about God even in sex.
Yeah.
And to think that, I mean, it's made in between two people that love each other, and something so beautiful can come out of it. I mean, your children, the preservation of humanity comes out of a place of love. I mean, that is beautiful.
Yeah,
it is.
It's that I find also amazing. It's the holy of holies, you know. So it's really this place of intimacy where new life is conceived.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's really mysterious, you know, because you cannot make life. Like life happens in this place, you know, of intimacy that is supposed to be only there between two people that are committed to one another, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really a place of purity, of love and commitment, of care.
Yeah.
And that's where life is conceived. And the same thing with God, you know, like new ideas, new vision is born in this place of intimacy where it's you and Him. It's the same place, and I find it amazing how God has made all of this. Like it's a reflection of who He is, you know. Like the natural is just a reflection of the spiritual, and it's beautiful. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, to consider the fact that we're made into His image and likeness, even in that we reflect God. It's mind blowing.
Yeah. Well, happy anniversary.
Yes. Well, see you guys later.
Later.